Alright guys, let's get some work done on the B8 S4 today. Today, I want to install the CTS Turbo Intake system that I bought for the B8 S4. So as you can see here on the sticker, I bought it from ECS Tuning. Got it from ECS Tuning because I had to buy a couple other parts already from ECS Tuning, so I just decided to just buy it from ECS Tuning so that everything come in all at once. I got this actually during a sale, so I got it for a little under $300. In addition to the intake, I also want to do a little custom cold air feed straight to the intake so that it gets more airflow. So I got the setup for the custom cold air feed on Amazon. I'll link all of that down below, but it looks like I'm going to need to buy more stuff for the custom cold air feed, and that too I'll link that in the description below, but you know it'll also just be straight from ECS. If not, then I'll probably just link also the CTS Turbo specific website for the B8 S4 too in the description below. So I chose CTS Turbo Intake because of the price point and because I want the loudest supercharger whine as much as possible. There are actually a lot of other intakes out there for the B8 S4, like IE034, APR, ECS Tuning, but those are a little bit more and they're actually pretty good looking, but I'm not that big of a fan of carbon fiber decorated part in the engine bay area because of the heat and how carbon fiber in the engine bay actually discolor from the engine heat. But I did have an APR. Wasn't it an APR? I forgot which setup, but it was a carbon fiber intake before on the old B8 S4. It wasn't that bad. I swapped that out for a Rock Euro, and that was pretty loud, and I really liked that one. I decided to not go with Rock Euro this time because I didn't want to go through that shipping hassle. I actually bought the Rock Euro on my old B8 S4 off of Facebook, and I wasn't able to find any at this time. This came up for a good deal on sale, so I decided to buy a brand new one. And the CTS Turbo is basically almost pretty close to the Rock Euro, but maybe with a little better design because the new V2 version, you could say, of the velocity stack within the intake. So I'm pretty excited for this guy here. Let me unpack this box and lay out all the components to this intake so you can see what this intake system consists of. Okay, so here's the system unpacked, mostly unpacked. My custom cold air feed setup. I'm gonna probably have to buy more, like I said earlier, I had to buy more stuff for that. But anyways, move on to the intake. I got the heat shield here, filter, a bunch of hose clamps, weather strippings, other fittings and stuff like that, more fittings, a small little breather filter for the secondary air injection pump, and the piping that goes to the intake and the throttle body. So let's go ahead and get this guy installed. So before I get the CTS Turbo Intake installed on my B8 S4, I just want to say it'll be great if you guys can help support my channel by subscribing to my channel. All you guys got to do is simply hit that red subscribe button right under this video. Thanks guys. Now let's get this intake installed. So since I've already made video clips of how to remove the stock intake in my spark plug replacement video, I'm just going to use those clips and insert it here into this video. And while you guys are watching that, I'm going to actually remove the stock intake. Wait, actually before all of that, let's actually get a sound of what the stock intake sounds like. You guys should already know if you guys have the stock intake, but I will do it just for a comparison so we compare what stock sounds like in this video versus when I install the CTS Turbo Intake. So that's what the stock intake sounds like. Now let's get the CTS Turbo Intake installed. So to loosen up this hose clamp here, I'm going to be using a 7mm socket on a 1/4 inch ratchet and extension. You could also use a flathead screwdriver, but I'm just going to use this because it's going to be easier. And the rest you can just all do it by hand. Small vacuum hose off, pop this hose off that, pop this, pop these two clips, and the intake hose should be able to come out now. There's that. Now let's do the air box. The air box should also be able to be easily removed. There's just this little funnel here that goes into the air box. Everything else is just like pop in into like certain holes and stuff like that. You should be able to pop this off and just pull it up. Actually, there it is. Oh, you also have the secondary air injection plastic hose here. You just gotta press on two sides and then pull it off of the air box. Here's the secondary air injection port that I was talking about on the air box. And the hose is right here. You just gotta press on these two sides here and just pull it down, and it should be able to come off of the air box. So the kit did not come with any instruction sheet, but it's pretty simple to figure out where everything goes. So here's the intake. I have it set up. Smaller hose clamp, larger hose clamp, the silicone coupler from the neck down silicone coupler. Then you have another silicone coupler here, 2 hose clamp, go straight into the intake. You have the heat shield here that I did have to put together. I'll explain to you where everything goes in a little bit. And then the 3 components for the secondary air injection, some zip ties for the fuel hose, a hose extension for your little vacuum hose near the throttle body, some little clips. I don't know what that cap is for. But on the heat shield here, it was a 2-piece. So this portion right here gets bolted down by these 4 little nuts and bolt. Then you have these 2 little zip tie clip holders that just pops in, and then you have all of these weather stripping that they supply. This one here is like a direct fit, which should be the longest of this specific type of weather hosing, and this one's also direct fit. For this specific portion, this is direct fit. All these are actually mostly direct fit. There were just some that I had to cut, and some there was an extra weather stripping that I actually just put around here just for more sealing of the heat shield. So now that this is all ready to go, let's go ahead and get this installed onto the car. Also, just a quick tip, on their webpage they do have pictures of the intake setup, so that can help you with figuring out where all of these weather stripping goes to. So that can help a lot. Okay, so first piece that I will be installing is the breather filter for the secondary air injection pump. It's gonna go right here. You have to remove the stock plastic bracket that holds the air box, and then borrow the screw here so that you can bolt down the bracket that CTS supplied. So for this guy here, the adapter, the larger bottom portion of the adapter goes into the hose here. Then it slides into the bracket like that, and then this top portion here, that's where the breather filter will slide onto. And then when you got that all set up, this is a little 3mm Allen head screw here that you would have to tighten up, so that you tighten up and hold the adapter in place. So let me go ahead and finish that up. All right, so here's the breather filter setup installed. Take a look. Now let's install the next component, which will be the heat shield. So here's the heat shield. When you remove the stock air box, you're gonna have to borrow and use the bottom little rubber, I don't know what you call these little grommet pieces, and actually just pop it onto the heat shield here too. Also, I did have a little rub strip on this side, but that would not work because that actually kind of sits right in here in this portion of this little snorkel, on the stock snorkel here, with a little clip that helps it, holds it into place. This guy right here, just pop in here. So when installing the heat shield, it's pretty easy. All you guys got to do is kind of wiggle it in there and just pop it in to this little hose with these little rubber pieces here, and then just align it, and then pop in that little clip that I just showed you earlier here, and that should just be it for the intake, for the heat shield. So let me go ahead and get this guy installed. The heat shield is installed and it's pretty snug tight in its location. Like I said, the 2 little rubber pieces just pop into the slots there, and then that little clip right here that says holds this portion of the heat shield onto this little stock oleum snorkel. So now it's pretty snug tight and won't move. So now let's finally install the intake and intake tube. All right, so now let's first install the intake tube. First you gotta do is insert it through here. Just wiggle it, it'll just slide in, and then right there, just like that. So after you tighten that down, and then of course the intake filter itself is just gonna be installed like that. Pretty simple actually. So let me go ahead and install the intake and the intake tube. Okay, so now not sure what's going on here, but the vacuum extension hose that they supplied is actually smaller than stock. Check this out. Just slides it right in and out. And then on the portion of the intake where kind of just where this hose goes into, where is it? Right here. It's actually pretty small. So I guess I gotta make that work somehow. Okay, so the intake system itself is fully installed. For the little vacuum hose back here, the one they supplied, I did have to force it onto the little nipple that goes into the piping. And then on this here, I also just put it in there into the stock hose you see there, and then just zip tied it. So hopefully that stays and is good, it has no leak. But I also, like I said earlier in the video, want to do a custom cold air feed from the intake grill here all the way up through down here and up straight to the intake filter. So I still need to do that, but let's get a sound of what this intake sound like. Okay guys, so here's the intake funnel cold air feed system that I wanted to do, along with installing a CTS intake system. You see the funnel here. Like I said, it's going to be on the lower passenger side grill. The hose there, which is kind of like bendable and whatnot, comes all the way up here and straight to the intake. You see there, I did have to remove the secondary air injection pump because it is actually in the way of that setup, so that's definitely going to be needed to be relocated somewhere. And I took the headlight off just because it'll help me get with more visibility. But anyways, unfortunately I will not finish this up in this video because there are other things in the way. For example, mostly this stock heat exchanger there, you know, the ends here, it's kind of hitting on that. So I think that once I replace the stock heat exchanger with an upgraded heat exchanger, it shouldn't be in the way, and that will allow me to mount the funnel down here much better. So this gives me an idea, and I think that I'm going to do that in a different video. So I'm going to put everything back together and just give you guys some sound clips of the CTS Turbo Intake on the road. And just for you guys to see, here's the setup of the cold air feed system out of the car. The funnel, coupler, and then the holes there. Alright guys, just got back from making those clips. I hope that those clips can portray how loud the CTS Turbo Intake is. Also, an FYI, the car is basically bone stock. So no tune, no pulleys, no exhaust, just the CTS intake. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this video here. If you guys have any further questions, just comment it down below. Now I'll try my best to help you guys out. Anyways, thanks for watching this video guys. Don't forget to subscribe to help support my channel. Comment any sort of feedback to help my channel grow. And like this video if you guys find it helpful. Thanks guys. I will see you guys in the next video.